Hey, what is up, squad? TITOBODS here, and today is the day that we're going to wrap up our MGE series. Hopefully, you like our MGE series. There are players that said they want to see this video, so I wasn't really expecting that, but thank you so much. So welcome back, squad, to our video for today, and let's start fresh with day 4. So day 4 is all about the speed ups of your construction or building and also your research. Now, one thing to note is that this is also the time where you can use all the saved up speed ups, number 1, plus the saved up hammers and your materials for your ring. So it's all about that for day 4. Now, there's also one question here that we are going to answer in a bit about the universal speedups, but just hear me out for now. So we first focus on your construction and your research speedup. So here on day 4, this is where you want to use your speedups for your research 100%. So day 4 is where you want to use it because this one counts the speedups per minute and it will give you 30 points per minute. Now, let's say that we have our research here. So let's say our research here is around 18 days. Then we have a power of 100k. So take note on the power and also on the research so that you will know or you can catch up on how we are going to compute this thing. So here is our calculator on the lower side of the screen wherein we're going to compute for the research and the building, so that you can get a little bit of the info on how these things work. So let's say we're going to finish off that 18 days with 100,000 power for that research. So we have here 18 days times 24 because there's 24 hours in a day. It's equal to 432. Now multiply that one with your minutes. So there are 60 minutes per hour. So multiply that by 60. So we have 25,920. Now multiply that with your points. So the current points that we can get from your Mightiest Governor Event on day 4 for your research is 30 per minute. So we have 25,922 minutes. Multiply that with 30 and you will get 777,600 points. So that's for your day 4. Now, if you're gonna use that on day 6, what happens is your day 6 will count as power. So we have 100,000 power, remember? So another thing is that you need to finish the research first before you can get the power. So that's the difference that there also on day 4. You just need to consume speedups. On day 6, you need to finish off the power or the research in order for you to get the power, and thus you can get the points. So just multiply this by 6. That easy. And you will get 600,000 points. Now compare that with the recent computation that we have, which will give you 777,600, which is 177,600 points more than your day 6, which is in this kinds of event really important. That's just one research. Now let's say you have a lot of speedups, you have more research than that, so the points is going to compile and you will see how much difference this will really make. Now for your citadel, the thing is that it varies on how much power you have, because as you can see here, you have your citadel construction here powered by 1, right? By 3. So let's say, for example, let's go to the archery range. So I am upgrading my archery right now. Let's say it's 8 days. But the thing here is, after your level 30 of your town center, the upgrades of the buildings and others are actually or have actually amped up in power. That's why I suggest that the construction or the building, you first need to compute before you decide if it's day 4 or day 6. Because like this one, we have here the archery range. I'm upgrading that. Let's say it started from 8 days. Now we have here 8 days. So 8 days is like 192 hours, right? Now multiply that by 60. It's equal to 11,520. Now multiply that by 30, which is the points that you can get. You will only get 345,600 points, right? Now here, as you can see, how much power can we get? We have 632,400 420, 772,860. So you will get like 140,440. Now multiply that by your points. So multiply it by points on day 6, which is 3. Now multiply this one by 3 and you will get 421,320, which has higher amounts of points than using your speed ups on day 4, which is kind of weird, right? But as I've said, this power varies. Like for example, this one, your hospital here. Let's say you have here 21 days. Okay? So you have here 21 days times 24 hours is equal to 504 times 60. It's going to be 30,240. Now multiply that with the points that you can get, which is 30. It's going to be 907,200. Now, you can get 300,000 from here almost. So let's get this one, 1,545,720 divided by, or minus, sorry, minus 1,264,841. So what we're going to get is 280,879. Multiply that by 3 because our multiplier is 3. Just 842,637. Now there is, as you can see, there is a discrepancy when it comes to the point system of the city upgrades. So that's actually what you are also going to think about. Another one to think about is, as I've said earlier, is you can get your day 6 points after you finish off, for example, the building or the research. You will not get points by merely using speed ups. That's the advantage of day 4 to day 6. So day 6 is actually that you need to finish it up in order for you to get the points. But as I've said, you can use my computation that I did right now to your advantage for the construction. But I'm sure 100% based on what we have right now that we have better points that we can get on the research on day 4 than day 6, because the gap is going to be increasingly higher as you go. Now, for the universal speedups, we're going to talk that in a bit. But before we do that, slap that like button and drag this video out to your friends. And since 78% of you guys watching are not yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. We also have our tip link here on screen. You can leave a message or comment on that so I can answer or recognize your message on our next video. We now have our super chat and super thanks, and if you want to be a member of the channel, you can get perks like custom icons, custom emotes, and enjoy members only content. And with that, let's go back to topic. So let me tell you that your hammers and materials for your rings can be used in both day 4 and day 7. So moving on first to the training day, and we're going to compute again for the day 5 versus day 6. So on your training, let's say you have here your swords. So I have like 3,130 per swords. And we're going to compare now the swordsman today. Let's have like, let's say, 10 days. Let's say 10, no, not 10 days. So let's have, let's say, 10 instances of the training. So you have used 10 instances of the training. Let's say you have 10 for the training. And then you have 3,000. Now multiply that with 3,130. You will have 31,300. Okay. Now you have to multiply that with your points here on your unit training, which is 100. As you can see there, if you have T7s, it's 100. So multiply that with 100, you will get 3,130. But that's how much you can get from that 10 instances of your points. Now comparing it with day 6, you will only have here per power is 3. Now, per power, if you're going to compete per power, you can actually check your power here. Once you click that menu button, you get the power of 6. So, now we have 3,130 unit. So, in that 3,130 unit, multiply it by the power of 6 is equal to 18,780. Now, multiply that on your training instances, which is 10 that we used earlier. You will have 187,800. Now multiply that again by your points, which is you can get 3 points per unit here, if I'm not mistaken, on day 5. On day 6. You can see there we have 3. Multiply that with 3, you will get 563,400. That is how much points the difference you can get from day 5 and day 6 for your training. So that is why day 5 is way better than day 6. Day 4 is way better than day 6. So day 4 and day 5 for your speedups is very important. Now the big question is, and the big elephant in the room is actually, is it better to use your universal speedups in your research and building versus your training? Now the obvious answer is use it on your training. But I will show you why. And also, the first thing you need to consider is, are you doing this just to win the MGE versus are you doing this to have progress on your account? So if you're doing this to have progress for your account, I say use it on your research or building. If you're doing this to win the MGE, to get the hero of the MGE, use this now on your training day. So now we're going to compute how much points we can get, for example, for research versus power boost, because research tops the points when it comes to getting points versus your building. So we're going to be right away going for research. So research and training is the foes here. So we have to compare those two, especially on day 4 and day 5, because those two are the most important dates. Now let's say you have 432 hours. So that's the 18 days that we computed for the research earlier. So 18 days times 24 is equal to 432 hours. Now we're going to go first for the speedups. So multiply that with 60 earlier, and you will get 25,920. Now multiply that again by your points on your research speedups here, which is 30. You will get 777,600. Now we have here 432 hours, which is on your training day. You will have 100 points, right? So we have 1 day and 19, or let's say 1 day and 20 hours. That's 44 hours. So now we have to divide your 432 hours divided by 44 to get the instances of the swordsman. It's equal to 9.8. Let's just say it's 10. So 10 instances. So again, 10 instances times 10,030, which is your quantity, is equal to 31,000. Now compute that again and multiply it by the unit, which is unit points, which is 100. So multiply this one with 100 is equal to 3,130,000. That's the difference in the points. So that's actually what's our example earlier. So that's actually how huge the training day points is. That's why there are players who have already commented that the most important thing on the MGE is actually day 5 of the training. But I'm with them 100%. This is one of the most important. But your research, your construction is also important. Also, your preparation for your gathering, which you can get 2 mil to 3 mil of points, is also important. Also, same with your other preparations. It's all important. But this is the event wherein you can get the most points. So this is the most points. So everyone who are participating in the MGE are actually preparing for this. And some of them are really not preparing for the other days. They are just preparing for day 5, which is wrong, in my opinion, unless you are a huge spender like Krakens and Whales. But if you are on a limited budget, I would say day 5 is important, yes, but you still need the other days to go through with it. So that's just me, but that's how I see things. Now, that is the conclusion for where to use your universal speedups. It's either you go for the MGE win, use it on your training. It's either you go for your upgrades, then use it for your research and your building. Now, another question is, how about if you have speedups or universal speedups in day 6 and day 7? Which are you going to use it for? Is it going to be the research, or is it still going to be the training? We have, let's compare again with the 432 hours. We have 432 hours, right? So that is 18 days. We already know that we have 100k times 6 is already 600k. Now that is for your research. Now when it comes to your training, we are going to use now the power. So in your training, we have 6 on the power. If you are using again the 10 instances, because the 10 instances will also give you 432 days. That's how we compare it. So 10 instances times you have your 31,030 when it comes to your training, 31,300 points. And now multiply it by the power of 6, because your power is 6 per unit. Now times 6, that is 187,000. 800. Now multiply it by 3 because you can get per unit 3 points. Multiply it by 3, you get 563, 400. So in the total points, you can use your universal speedups on your research, and it will give you a little bit of advantage when it comes to points. But as I've said, the research and the building power, you can only get your points after you finish off the research or the building. Now, on the other hand, for your training, you can get the other troops without finishing off the whole training process. That's how it is, but the points still is that will still be the total points though. But the thing is, in your research, you cannot do half research because you will not get the power unless it's finished. But on the training side, even though if it's not finished, there will come a time that you can get portion of those training, which is, you can see it here. For example, this one, you can already get the portion of that. As you can see, the green one, you can already get the portion of that without even speeding up or doing or finishing the whole speed up. And also another thing is, on your training, you can go day per day or instances per instances. Unlike for your research, for example, 18 days, and you have only 2 days, then you cannot really complete the power. So you're going to now revert your attention back to training. So that's how you do it. If you cannot finish off your research or your building on day 6 or day 7, instead of completing the research, if you do not have that speed ups anymore, use the universal speed ups on your training so that still you can get points in the process. So that's how you do your speed up day for day 4, 5, 6, and also 7. Hopefully, I have made that easy for you to understand, on which you can actually use this as your to your advantage if you know this kinds of computation, wherein you can get ahead to other players that doesn't really care about the computations and all, because as I've said, knowledgeable players have a little bit of advantage in the game. And also on day 6, you can actually prepare again for your same as your day 1 and same as your day 3, and you can use again your day 2. But the only thing is that you really don't have any more the forging there on day 7. So you can use day 1, day 2, day 3 tactics that I have shared with you guys. So if you didn't catch our videos yet, I will leave a link in the comment wherein you can see there the day 1, day 2, day 3 preparation. So in preparation also of day 7, you can use those videos. But anyway, I kind of I had fun doing this video with you guys. Hopefully that if you have learned something from this, you're going to like the video, share it with your friends or your alliances that you also would like to share the knowledge with, and hopefully you have enjoyed our mini series. And if you want more of this one, please leave a comment down below that you want more of these types of guides and videos so that I will be inspired to do more of these videos. But anyway, I really did have enjoyed that much. And please also don't forget to support the channel. If you're new to the channel, you like this kind of videos, or this video helped you in a way, please do subscribe also. And don't forget to ring the bell so you will always be notified soon as we have a new video just for you guys. Anyway, squad, as always, have a great day to everyone. This is your TITOBODS, and I will see you in the next one. And hey, click on this video right here for more awesome TITOBODS content. Thanks for watching, you guys, and TITOBODS out.